Hello guys, you are welcome to my channel. Today in this video I will talk about two things, and these two things are very important for the research aptitude. The first one is positivism and the second one is post positivistic approach to research. So this is lecture number 5. Till now I have uploaded 4 lectures on research aptitude, and I have completed teaching aptitude as well as I have uploaded practice set on teaching aptitude as well as research aptitude, so you can go and check out. Those who are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. So here we start. The first one is positivism. Okay, so whenever positivism comes into your mind, just remember that it is based on science. Positivism exists only where there is a thing about science or there is a scientific study. Without science, scientific study or logical reasoning, positivism does not exist. So it was formulated by French thinker Auguste Comte. This guy Comte is also known as father of positivism, and to develop this theory he used epistemology. Okay, so epistemology is basically the study of knowledge. What we do in this branch of philosophy, epistemology comes under the branch of philosophy. Under this branch we try to know the origin, nature, scope and method to acquire knowledge. If you acquire any knowledge on any topic, then how you acquired it, what is the origin, what is the nature, what is the scope and what were the methods that were applied. So that comes under epistemology, and epistemology comes with positivism. So positivism is very objective in nature. It deals in quantitative methods, because in quantitative I have told you in my previous videos that in this we talk about facts, data. That's why which is very much like scientific in nature. That is why it is valid for quantitative approach. So it is experimental in nature because it is scientific. It talks about facts. We can do comparative analysis using positivism. So this approach seeks to identify, measure and evaluate any phenomena to provide rational explanation. So rationality is the backbone. Rationality and scientific approach, all these are the backbone elements of positivism. We can't imagine positivism without these things. So because of this rational explanation, there is always an attempt to explain the causal links. Causal, what is the cause for anything between the different elements or variables. For example, if something happens, let's call it B. So what were the reasons for the B to happen? Then we will look into the causal agent, or what were the factors that were affecting it. So we try to establish the relationship between B and this factor, then this factor amongst them, right? So then it comes under rational explanation and it links to positivism. Next we have post positivism. So basically this post positivism came after positivism as a critique to amend positivism. So positivism had lots of flaws and errors. So to amend that flaws and errors, post positivism came into place. It is also known as post empiricism. It recognizes possible effect of biases of researcher on research. So it's very interesting, just pay attention here. Whatever bias we have as a person, because every person has a bias, they have their certain ideology, certain thought process that govern their thinking, and those thinking ultimately affect the research output. So this post positivism acknowledges that biasness, unlike positivism which completely exclude this biasness. So post positivism is valid for both the quantitative and qualitative methods. They work to understand how axiology have influenced the researcher. Axiology is basically your values and beliefs. So what is the impact of these values and beliefs on the research? This is that is being measured by post positivism. So it recognizes that all observations are prone to be fallible. So it is accepting that whatever research we have till now, it is full of flaws, and it needs to be researched again. Something new needs to be interpreted. So this is what post positivism acknowledges. So here I have made a comparative chart to understand this positivism and post positivism in a better way. So positivism is quantitative, it is objective, it is scientific, it involves experimentalism, and it is traditionalist. But post positivism talks about qualitative as well as quantitative. It is subjective because it recognizes the biasness. It deals with humanistic approach, like it doesn't talk about logic in everything. It talks on the aspect of your own biasness and the effect of your own axiology. That is why. Then it is interpretivist, that we can interpret same thing again and again in different ways, so it keeps on giving us something new. It is highly reflexive and reactive because it reflects on the old things and give us something new. It is reactive because it reacts on the old theory and gives something new. So in positivism, persons and reality are separate. This is what positivism say, that this is person and this is a reality. By reality here I mean their surrounding, their upbringing, environment, everything. So positivism says that there is no relationship between two, but post positivism say that they are related. Okay, so it is inseparable, but this claims that it is separable at all. It talks about objective reality. It talks about that research object has inherent qualities and exists independently of the research. So what it is saying, that there is no relationship between the researcher and the research output. So it is talking about the separation of a researcher and the research output. Like whatever outcome we have in our research, it is highly objective. It has nothing to do with the subjectiveness of a researcher. Research result can be reproduced again and again, because positivism is basically very much suitable for scientific studies or experiments, where in that scenario we can produce the same result again and again under the given same condition. For example, if we mix water with hydrogen with oxygen, then we are going to get H2O, right? So like that we can see. Similarly, now we will look at post positivism. So that it says that whatever knowledge a person has, that is here we are talking in terms of researcher, he has it from his own lived experience, from his own environment. Okay, here research object is interpreted in light of meaning of person's researcher's lived experience. It doesn't acknowledge that there is any effect of person's experiences, their own thinking, but it acknowledges. Okay, so the research can be interpreted again and again. It talks about interpretation and it talks about reproduction. So just have our differences between these two. So this was all about today. I hope your concepts must have been cleared very well. So I would suggest you to please go and check out videos on quantitative and qualitative approach also, because these two researches, that approach to research is being used in this positivist and post positivist approach concepts. So to understand this one better, you have to understand qualitative and quantitative very well. So thank you guys for today. So hope you will like the video. Please share it and subscribe to my channel, as well as give your feedback in the comment box below. And please follow us on Instagram, because on Instagram you will get quiz link every month. So if you are really interested to participate in quizzes and to know your level, so do follow there. Thank you.